I'm Aisha Ibrahim, and this is Election Brief. Within the next 30 minutes, we have the latest update from the political scene. We are live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, all social media handles, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. Election headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants and German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness, and Beauty. Election headquarters for an informed electorate. Please do stay for details. The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Enchuboesiako, has confirmed some persons who showed interest in contesting the upcoming Ejisu parliamentary by-election have rescinded their decision. It comes after a meeting with party leadership in the region. Many party members have shown interest in the seat following the demise of MP John Kuma. Mr. Enchuboesiako reveals the internal mechanism established to reduce the number of aspirants has yielded some results.
Our precious MP joined the money. A lot of people also in this constituency thought that it would be appropriate for them also to step in so that they can bring everybody together, to serve the new patriotic party and Ashanti and Ejisu constituency. Because of that, typical example was the constituency chairman. He showed the interest, and the general secretary of the new patriotic party and the former majority leader and regional minister and a lot of the elders of the region, they came to me to say that I should advise the constituency chairman for him to still remain as a chairman, so that, John was a bulldozer. So if two pillars are going, it will be a blow to the constituency. Because of that, former majority leader took it upon and the general secretary to advise him. So it was yesterday that they came to me to bring me the final results that now he wants to remain as a constituency chairman to bring everybody together, and at the same time to help the coordinators and the polling stations and the towns to help everybody. For anybody who win also, he will bring you and help you for us to win the national elections.
Posters of about 10 people have been cited on social media ahead of the opening of the nomination today. So far, Dr. Evans Duah is the only person who has picked his forms for the nomination.
So I think we're having a very formidable party. The New Patriotic Party is a party full of intellectuals, a party that aims to bring young and dynamic people to the forefront. I think I'm almost around the same age, and in terms of the time of entry, it's the same like my friend, Honorable Dr. John Kuma. He's the reason why I'm here today, and he's the reason why I'm here because he had a vision and he had plans that he'll be able to help and just to take it to a level that we are all seeing today. So I think that first and foremost, I would want to honor the memory of my brother. And as I said, he said that Ejisu Dachi, which means that the hope of Ejisu is now. And I'm saying that Ejisu Dachi in Twaso, which means that the hope of Ejisu will continue it. So what I'm coming to do today is to be able to establish and sustain and be able to improve upon the good things that my own brother, Honorable Dr. John Apontu Nkrumah, began. I as a person would never embark on anything if I don't have a chance of winning. As you can see, we are winning, and the winning is the only option on our table. Come the 13th of April, we'll meet here again, and I, Dr. Evans Duah, will be declared the new parliamentary candidate for Ejisu constituency, and I will be representing the New Patriotic Party.
Former Interior Minister Ambrose Derry has asserted that Ghanaians, especially people of northern extraction, will have the opportunity in the 2024 general election to choose between two persons, a president who will reign for 8 years and another who would do only 4 years. The Nandom legislators, however, of the firm believe that should Ghanaians vote for Dr. Bawumia to become president, he's likely going to serve for maximum 8 years, which will transform and develop the country. Ambrose Derry made the statement at the inauguration of an 81-member Nandom MPP campaign coordinating team at Nandom. Joining us Upper West Region correspondent Rafiq Salam has more.
The former Interior Minister, Ambrose Derry, who co-chaired the newly inaugurated constituency coordinating campaign team, averred that the winner of the 2024 general election will surely come from the Northern Gulf of the country, and which is good omen for people of northern extraction. He however noted that what is left for the people is to decide as to whether to have Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as president for 8 years or John Dramani Mahama for only 4 years. The former Interior Minister believes in the 8-year presidency of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and he explained why.
All of us are now to make a choice. Are we going for 4 years maximum or going for 8 years maximum in this case? Of course, I want an 8-year maximum. An 8-year maximum means we are voting for Alhaji Mahmoud. He has also shown by his promotion of digitalization, all the things that he brought, anti-corruption, zipline, interoperability, all that, the ID card being a passport for all practical purposes, and he continues to show that he keeps his promises. Contrast that with John Mahama, who was president for 4 years. Nandom remained without roads. Nandom remained without water. Nandom remained without electricity. Nandom remained without employment. Now, if he wins, he's coming for a second term, and no motivation for him to be transparent and accountable. Dr. Bawumia will be working in the first 4 years to make sure that he's accountable and transparent to win the second term.
Ambrose Derry says retaining the Nandom constituency parliamentary seat alone will not be enough for the party to break the 8, and has therefore pledged to collaborate and work on a common strategy with other constituencies for total victory for the party in the 2024 polls.
So generally, we have come to a consensus that we would vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to break the 8, and this constituency is not just going to restrict itself here. We are going to go into other constituencies to help them campaign in the region and beyond, wherever we find our residents in Branga-Afu, Ashanti, wherever they are found. We are going to go and lead the campaign there to ensure that we break the 8 and make Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia president of Ghana come January 2025.
He said the NDC has nothing good to offer the people except to neglect them after winning the election and only return during election with insignificant freebies.
After John Mahama is already won, is the MP. And then they bring you 5 pieces of Maggie cube to give to you. They haven't changed. Have they changed? They haven't learned any lessons. All they do is you vote for them. 4 years, you don't see them. Election time, they are back. And they are bringing you Maggie
Powers Regional Secretary of the NPP, Dr. Tanko Dauda, inaugurated the 81 Nandom constituency campaign coordinating team. Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam, Nandom.
Let's now go to Ejisu and speak with Nanael Jima, who's been following the Ejisu by-elections for us. Nanael Jima, aside this one who has picked his nomination forms, who are the others who the regional chairman has confirmed will be participating in the primaries?
So far, we don't have names of people who will be expected or who are expected to come into the Ejisu constituency office today and tomorrow to pick their nomination forms. But what we know is that there are some flyers of people flying around, and per our checks, some of these people are very, very strong on the ground, and these people who are strong, some of them are expected to come in and pick their nomination forms. Earlier, we heard that Dr. Evans Duah is one of the people who is very strong, and it's likely that he will pick his forms. And indeed, he's been here to the NPP office in Ejisu. So he was the first person to come in and pick his nomination forms. And after that, not long ago, we had Helena Mensah, who is the presiding member of the Ejisu Municipal Assembly. She's also here now, and I understand that very soon she'll get the opportunity to meet the committee and also pick her forms. So these are the two people who have so far been to the NPP office here in the Ejisu constituency to pick their forms. It's also expected that today the former JFA boss, Kwesi Nyantakyi, will also come to the Ejisu party office of the NPP and also pick his forms. It's also being speculated that the second vice chairman of the Ejisu constituency, that's the NPP in the Ejisu constituency, Mr. Kwabena Boateng, will also be picking forms to contest in the election. These are the names that so far we hear that they are still eyeing the position. But about 12 people, and we've seen about posters of about 12 people fly on social media, and the only person that so far we've learned that he has withdrawn from the race is the chairman of the NPP in the Ejisu constituency. For him, he has told the regional executives that he's no longer interested in running for the post after some negotiation talks were held with him and others. So far, about 11 people are yet to declare their stance. These 11 people are people who had their flyers flying around on social media. Their posters and were all out there. So these are the people that it's likely that they will pick nomination forms. But according to Chairman Newton, some of these people have accepted not to run again. But those who've seen their posters are yet to indeed confirm that they are no longer interested in running for the position. So far, 2 people have been here to pick their forms. We understand that Kwesi Nyantakyi, former JFA boss, will be in soon to also join the 2 who have already picked their forms.
Nanael Jima is our man in Ejisu, and as the clock ticks to 13th April when the NPP will be having its primaries, we'll be monitoring and bringing you up to speed as and when we get the information. But still on the NPP, as its political campaigns intensifies, calls for the Vice President and NPP presidential candidate Dr. Bawumia to choose a running mate has also intensified. Names like Energy Minister Martin Opoko Prempeh, former Majority Leader Osei Mensah Bonsu, First Deputy Speaker of Parliament Jose Wusu, all from the Ashanti region, have popped up. Well, the discord between the political figures from the Ashanti region has become a subject of intense speculation and scrutiny within the political circles. However, as the rift continues to escalate, the prospect of the administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund, Irina Toshiado Lati, as a compromise candidate is gaining traction as some Ashanti delegates and supporters of the NPP call on the Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to consider her as his running mate. Question is, who amongst these names will make it to the list and who will best partner Dr. Bawumia to break the 8? I've been joined by political marketing strategist, Professor Kobi Mensah. He is with the University of Ghana Business School for a conversation on this. Later, I would also have a conversation with Reverend Dr. Edu Jemfi, who's also on the line. Let me start with you, Professor Kobi Mensah. Strategically, who among the list would make a good combo for Dr. Bawumia in breaking the 8? Hello, Prof. Do we have Professor Mensah on the line? Hello, Professor Kobi Mensah. Right, so Professor Kobi Mensah, we'll get him to join us for this conversation. But right now, Alan Chermantain, who is leader of the Movement for Change, has been speaking. And during the Easter, he's been giving some message to Christians. He said, Ghanaians must elect a Christian leader who embodies Christ-like qualities for national transformation. Alan Chermantain, who was delivering an Easter message, said about 70% of Ghana's population are Christians, and that's the reason the electors must vote a Christian to manage the affairs of the nation. Listen.
So, as a predominantly Christian nation, as Christians, it is our responsibility to ensure that we elect a Christian leader who is also a Christ-like leader.
Amen. I've been joined by Chairman of the Peace Council, Reverend Dr. Edu Jemfi. Grateful for your time, sir. First, what do you make of the comments that was made by the leader of the Movement for Change?
Well, thank you very much, Aisha, for that question and the opportunity for us to be part of your discussion. I wish I had the full clip to see the context within which he had made that statement. But you'll recall that on the 15th of November, the Peace Council, in collaboration with the Christian Council of Ghana, the Office of the National Peace Imam, and the Catholic Bishops' Conference, issued a joint press release pleading with all political actors to refrain from anything that brings religion into the politics of our country because of the potential of creating conflict in our country. For those who are into peace study, anything that relates to religion, relates to tribe, and relate to race are three critical things that if you play with, you can create big problems for any community. And therefore, for us as a Peace Council, we have always cautioned that political actors should refrain from getting into that space because it can create problems for us. So we want to use this opportunity to reaffirm the press release that came out on the 15th of November, issued by the Peace Council, the Christian Council, the Office of the Chief Imam, the Catholic Bishops' Conference. In fact, the Pentecostal and Charismatic Council had even wanted to join in that statement. And so all these institutions are saying, let us avoid putting religion into our politics because it can create big division for us as a country. And for us as a Peace Council, we have the responsibility to ensure that we coexist and tolerate our diversity as a people. And that is why it's important to remind all political players, let us do the best we can to avoid bringing religion, tribe, and race into our politics.
Reverend Dr. Jemfi, I'm grateful for your time this afternoon. I've also been joined back by Professor Kobi Mensah. Prof, earlier I was asking you to tell me strategically and in terms of marketing the NPP, who would be a better choice for a running mate, especially as the party intends to break the 8?
Okay, Aisha, thanks very much for having me. I think that usually the selection for a running mate is based on quite a number of things. But the most important is that one, that particular candidate would complement the characteristics of the top of the ticket, and make sure that they have a very good relationship. They have a relationship that is very cordial, that is very respectful, and that is non-competitive. And so, if you look at the number of, the people that usually the candidates select, they sort of have differences in characteristics, in temperament, for example. Obviously, sometimes in age, you would realize that one is quite younger than the other. Obviously, in terms of gender, we haven't really had quite, differences in gender until recently, when you had obviously, Mama going for, Professor J. But in the past, we have had women also contest, but we haven't had it as a regular, in that sense. So yes, it has to be somebody that you could actually live with, i.e., you can work with, in a very, in a very sort of complementary manner.
If you look at the names that have popped up, mostly the names have been from the Ashanti region. But it does also look like with this new development of Natoshi coming in, and we've also had Esla Owusu in the previous days. I mean, should the NPP at all costs pick its running mate from the Ashanti region?
I mean, per the calculation of the party itself, it looks like their focus is on Ashanti region, because obviously they understand that that is where the party's strength lies. And so if the party's strength didn't actually get the top ticket, i.e. the the presidential candidate, then certainly they must actually go for the running mate. And I think it is a very logical choice to make. But sometimes you could also look at the other regions and ask yourself, what about if we can make an inroad in a particular region, perhaps a region that is swing, you're able to actually share that particular region with your competitor. And then, of course, looking at your stronghold, putting in a good word, putting in people who can actually convince the voters, and perhaps you can swing onto your side. So it all depends on the calculation that the party would make. But I think that two choices are very, very possible. Either going for your stronghold, or looking at a certain swing region that you could actually share. That is very important in the election.
Will there be a price if the NPP decides to go out of the Ashanti region?
I actually see it as a very dangerous permutation. The reason being that we can understand, we all are aware of what has happened during the party's primaries with regards to selecting the flag bearer. Quite a number of people were not happy. People even had left the party, and so I think that if they have to sidestep the region again in terms of the running mate, that could spell a lot of doom for the party. I am not going to say that it would affect extensively their chances, but I think it would cause quite a lot of upheaval in the party in terms of the support basis.
I'm grateful for your time. Professor Kobe Mensah is a political marketing strategist. He's with the University of Ghana Business School. Time now for you, the electorate, to have your say. Voters' voice today is from Circle.
But the government be about no who she will vote until I feel them into Abba. Some who she will about on Suntinu, Amudada and Kwa, and I feel them into.
Your best is some, oh, your best, and Timeto Mabanama Chada, freedom. Metwam on because me say he say no meeting in your there about now. I say he's more into helping the youth. Or Chrekwan or Befaso create mama youth in any bia intinu. Your best is some na ya to amano. Said ebe oba youth no, ye benya juma na ya yebi.
me de metoma no MPP say madwena nsesan so de ametoma sheda freedom asa
jo mo jide woni mo
me pa cho sheda say or the probeko kumasi a no ebetumi aye possible pa because Dubai no ho nyina ye anwea Dubai no ho nyina ye anwea but omunya good leader no omunya yi no otumi create ya ma epoba yi am ama say ho nyina ewiase nyina obi akọ emomunye skapa nso kasa obayi a na say nyina good leader no obetumi so aye
the abatu no do the moto former president John Dramani Mahama on a moto because on na bredo na nyama ye debate na nyama ye dindem asisia wa ye no na nyama bi na ade a oba like dumso no okọ parliament ko accept there on na bredo na dumso no aye then esi no or find ways to resolve dumso on there say yenya offended jezi wonu mu na yema osan so ba bi wa kan yema injinsem dem a dem abani wa manyoma aye basai
me aka ken ba na ka meto amaken na ken amma ne de menya ma adwe se meto aba afi ese o mani mo aye din sika kro menya bi kro na me ahwe me mma masora ba beto aba.
And this is your election brief. It's on election headquarters. Election headquarters is for an informed electorate. Do enjoy the rest of our program.